The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us at the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County. We begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, we have this week the Hilton soccer teams, plural. The boys played for their first Section 5 championship since 1987. That's 27 years. The girls were playing in a final for the first time since 1991. That's 24 years. The cadets had a season to remember. At number 2, Pittsford Sutherland, as expected, laid claim to its 4th straight girls volleyball crown. Andrea Allen had 52 assists in the title match victory over Irondequoit. Penfield was almost as dominant, appearing in its 5th straight AA final and winning for the second time in 4 years. And at number 1, we profiled them last week. World of Inquiry won the Class C1 sectional soccer crown, defeating Red Creek in the final, thereby becoming what we believe to be the first city school ever to win a Section 5 boys soccer championship. Which brings us to HFL, where we attempt to quantify experience. Experience is a great teacher. Nowhere is that being demonstrated better than at HFL. The boys' soccer team there was one of the few left standing as October gave way to November. A year ago, this was a 6-10 team no one was paying any attention to.
Well, that drove our motivation to win it this year. That's not us. All those games last year were so close, and we wanted it this year.
The Cougars lost just one player from that team and had an entirely different vibe this year.
A year makes a big difference, and they went from being kind of young boys to young adults as seniors, and that's been a big difference for us.
You know what you're looking at when you see them. I mean, did you anticipate this kind of, this level of improvement?
I thought we'd be better this year, but I didn't anticipate being as strong as we are. But, a couple guys really stepped up their game and, like I said, matured. It's been a joy to watch them play.
One in the first half. They had one shot on goal, right, James Bondano?
If Coach Merrill had his doubts about his team's potential, his players did not. They believed from the very beginning that big things were possible.
I've been playing with these guys for 10 years, I'd say, in Blaze and just in town, and it really does help. Last year was a building year, and this year we definitely capitalized on it.
If you're 6-10, do you go into the season thinking you can be a sectional champion? Really?
Absolutely. We work as hard as we can in the off season and started from day one, and we got it done. We just work for each other and as a team.
HFL rattled off victories in their first 6 games, including wins over Victor, Pittsford Sutherland, and Brighton. That start produced some serious recognition.
This year, I think when we got the number 1 state ranking when we were 6-0, I think we finally got a click that we were like, this is a serious team and we can really do some damage and win some stuff.
What's that like when you wake up and you realize you're number 1 in the state?
It was unreal. It was like the best feeling, and everybody, the school was celebrating, and we're going around saying we're number 1 in the state. It was great.
The boys really like that. I tried to send them a message that it's really not that important at that point in the season, but it's a nice honor to have.
First touch is positive, and we keep playing. So I play it in.
HFL is currently ranked 6th in the state for Class A with a 15-3-1 record. That's 9 more wins than the Cougars managed all of last year. 2013 also saw HFL's girls team, coached by Merrill's wife, Chrissy, win sectionals and advance to the state finals. Mike has reclaimed his head of the household tag. Is the tone at the dinner table with your wife, having won it all last year, changed this season?
Yeah, last year I remember this time of year I was taking care of 3 kids as she coached the team to victory there, and they had a great run to the state championship. And this year she's doing likewise, so it's been nice.
Yeah, whatever. You got.
Family at 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family!
Come on, Tanner, move. Come on, Tanner, get this.
Honestly, have you broken your wrist around it? The first time it hurt. First cut should be up. Receive it.
When we return, Aquinas did win sectionals after all, when the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us at the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes, our top three for the week. At number 3, Josh Mack. Pittsford football, 342 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns for the Panthers, who given a second chance to play in the sectionals after the Aquinas forfeit knocked off Rush Henrietta. At number 2, Alex Cooper of Rush Henrietta. We saw at the counties last week. At sectionals in Victor, Cooper broke the course record while claiming individual honors. McQuaid's Nick Cholkowski took the boys' race. Titles were won by McQuaid, Webster Thomas, East Rochester, and 2 by Pittsford Mendon. And at number 1, Canandaigua diver Serica Halstead. She was the top individual scorer at sectionals and broke the Class B record. Which brings us to Aquinas, where the football team's plight cast a shadow over a team that actually won sectionals. The girls' soccer team. We call this Aquinas Silver Linings.
This is Dan Fates. It's been an eventful 2 weeks at the Aquinas Institute. With headlines going on off the field, there was one team that was quietly making headlines on the field. It was the girls' soccer team, capturing the first sectional title in 6 years.
It's an indescribable feeling to know that you've been training for it since the off season and then have it all come together and win as a team, just like a sisterhood. It's awesome.
It's been a real whirlwind, I'll tell you. We ended up having to play four games in the last 2 weeks in sectionals, and the last 3 were really tough games against quality opponents. So, and then in addition to what was going on last week in the school, it was hard keeping everybody focused, but we did, and we were able to get the job done.
With the girls flying under the radar, they used the school's extra media attention as motivation.
Kind of crazy for everyone here, very anxious leading up to our game, and a disappointing week for football, obviously, and we're all very upset for them, but very emotional week for everyone.
All the sports teams in Aquinas are really close and support each other, so we kind of had a little extra incentive on Friday night when we played Odyssey to kind of get the job done for the school.
Even though Aquinas is a combination of girls from all over Monroe County, watching them, you would think they've been playing together since they were kids.
This is probably one of the closest teams in regards to being a team. The chemistry is great. Our senior leadership has been phenomenal this year.
I've grown to know a lot of the younger girls, which is nice. So in school, from 8th grade to seniors, you know everybody. We're really, really close. We have a lot of good laughs, but we know how to push each other and have a lot of fun.
That fun has them at 12, 5, and 3 and ranked 8th in New York State for Class B.
We're very talented, pretty young, but we worked really hard this season, and I think we deserve this title.
Normally, it would be the Aquinas football team practicing on this field in early November. But right now, it's the girls' soccer team preparing for states. Because believe it or not, there's more to Aquinas than football. Why did you choose Aquinas?
Well, I looked up to a lot of girls at Aquinas coming to their soccer games when I was little. So just seeing how they treat each other as a family really made me want to come here. And then just like when you're at Aquinas, everybody's so friendly and you know everybody. So it's kind of like a big family.
So it's more than just sports.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We support theater, dance, art. So we support each other in everything that we do. We know what our common goal is, and that's our main focus. So when we all strive for our common goal, we have fun winning and playing as a team.
For the Vision High School Sports Beat, I'm Dan Fates.
Coming up, the top 5 plays of the second round of sectionals in high school football, and later on, our all-sports high school game of the week produces a first-time sectional champion when the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat continues. We are back. Thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our high school football plays of the week, brought to you in stunning HD by our friends at Varsity Media. Here are our top 5 high school football plays of the week. as we dig into the Section 5 semifinals, brought to you by Varsity Media. We take a look first at Brockport playing Greece Athena. This is Athena. Not a spectacular play, but a highly significant one as Tavon Granderson scores a game-winning touchdown with 40 seconds left to defeat Brockport and advance to the championship game, where they'll play Irondequoit. The Eagles here in the white against undefeated at the time, Eastridge. Jason Albritton takes off on a 55-yard run down the sidelines. The Eagles are the upset, 44-20, to advance into the Class A championship game. We look at Double A now with Webster Thomas playing Victor. This is Victor's Mike Wagner, a senior now, been watching this kid for years, passing to Zach Lefevre on a play that goes 49 yards and a touchdown for his tight end. Victor, a 34-23 winner over Thomas, has had a good season. So Victor's in the championship game. Red Jacket is the #1 small school team in the state. This is their play against Bishop Kearney. Sean Sheets, 65 yards for a touchdown. Red Jacket wins this game by a score of 50-14. That is some team they have out there this year. And our #1, it's the fourth time we featured Rush Henrietta in the #1 spot, but Rush Henrietta loses this game to Pittsford 42-28. Jared Gerbino, the quarterback, 75 yards, shaking off a couple of late tackles for a touchdown. But Pittsford upsets Rush Henrietta 42-28 to advance into the Section 5 finals. Next week, we'll offer our top 5 football plays of the year. The fall sports season moves into state championship mode next weekend. Pick your sport. Boys volleyball championships are Friday at the Glens Falls Civic Center. On Saturday, the girls get the building for pool play. Finals on Sunday. Girls soccer is at SUNY Cortland Saturday and Sunday. Boys soccer is at Middletown High School Saturday and Sunday. The field hockey championships are at Maine Endwell on Saturday and Sunday. Your football teams are in regionals. Class A Friday night at 8 o'clock. Double A is Saturday at 6 at All High Stadium in Buffalo. Salem Stadium hosts the state semifinals the week after. Coming up, our all-sport high school game of the week. It is the Class A boys soccer finals, when the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Pittsford Mendon won the boys state championship in soccer a year ago. Greece Athena had never won a sectional title. Those two teams hooked up in the championship game. It is our all-sports high school game of the week. Pittsford's soccer machine continues to produce winners. Mendon won a state championship last year, and with only 3 returning starters, climbed back into the sectional finals this season as the Class A1 tournament's 2nd seed.
A lot of these guys were on the bench last year, and now it's their time to be on the field and get it done for themselves.
What's the difference between this team and last, do you think?
Some similarities. I mean, last year it was somewhat of a rebuilding year as well. Kids finding new roles and excelling at them, and these guys are just figuring it out, and they all care about each other, and that's the big thing year after year. It's kids that care about each other and play for each other.
Athena's route to the title game was a little more complex. After a contentious process, Bill Huber was let go as the head coach prior to the season. Mike Butler, who teaches at Athena and was once very successful as the Trojans' girls coach, was hired away from Gates Chili just before the season.
That was difficult, obviously, for the kids because they love him and he's a great guy and all those other things, and I think that was a difficult challenge, but in the end, kids really just want to play, and we hung together. And I knew all the kids, too, because I teach at the school, so that helped.
But was there one thing coming in that you said, I have to get this done first before we can go about the job of playing soccer?
I think on a positive, Bill Huber ran a great program, so I knew coming in that it was organized, the kids knew what they were doing, they wanted to play, and I think just getting used to me and getting used to my style and those things, those were things I knew had to be done, and I knew the seniors, so I talked to them and got organized that way, so that was good.
15 seconds into the game, Athena was dealt a serious blow. Goalie Tyler Graves went down in a nasty collision going for a loose ball. Graves was done for the day. Next man up, fellow junior Zach Manderas stepped in. Were you nervous about going in under those circumstances?
No, I was always confident and ready. I practiced hard, practiced with the team. Coach was prepping me all week just in case anything they needed me, and I was just ready to go in.
If anything, the early adversity inspired Athena, which carried the play to Mendon throughout the first half. With 13:33 left to break, the Trojans got the game's first goal. Mendon couldn't clear its zone. R.J. Nichols stole a ball in the Vikings' end and fed Ryan Lindemann for what turned out to be a perfect shot.
I don't even know how he got the ball, but I don't know, I just chopped it back. I heard Carlos behind me say, shoot it, so I just released it with my left foot, and it felt great, and it went in.
Mendon spent most of that first half in its own end of the field. The Vikings' two best scoring chances were both whistled offsides. 4 minutes after that first goal, the Trojans scored another. Nickel to Jason Syracuse. It was 2-0 Athena.
Well, I had the guy on my back, and R.J. Nickel actually won the header for us, and it went right to me, and I just turned with it, and I shot it, and went in.
Defending state champion Pittsford Mendon found itself down 2-0 at halftime.
2-0, don't panic, all right? Don't point fingers. No matter what the score might become or is, you don't panic, just relax, play your game. Work as hard as you possibly can. Whatever your role is, excel at your role right now and work as hard as you possibly can. It starts with 1, the momentum comes, then we get 2, then we win this thing. You work as hard as you possibly can till that last whistle blows. Give it up, boys. Let's go. Get it going. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family! Let's go!
The Vikings pressed their attack in the second half and had some early opportunities. Ryan Aspenleiter fed Andrew Ritchie, whose shot went high. Then a through ball found its way to the Athena net. No harm done. The Trojans counter and put a nice combination effort together. Syracuse was in the middle of it all, and sophomore David Grana wound up with a shot. Grana factored in another big play when he was sent in by Nickel. Grana was fouled in the penalty area and was awarded a penalty kick, with a chance to all but put the game away. Forced to wait a while an injury was attended to, Grana missed the free kick. And when you come back to the bench, first thing the coach has to say to you is, don't worry about it, we're not going to need it. That's a great thing to hear, isn't it?
Yeah. At first it hurt a little, but once I got onto the game, I realized we were still 2 up, so that's all that matters really in the end.
Athena wasn't out of the woods yet. Pittsford's Coons wound up in the corner with Athena keeper Mandera coming out to meet him. The result was an open Trojan net and a cross in front that hit the post.
Well, I really didn't know that the goalie was coming out, but we've been trying to do that all game, trying to switch it quick, and the goalie made a quick run out, so I just tried to get a foot on it, and it's unfortunate. Ball just skimmed off the post.
Yeah, was there a feeling at all among you guys that he was the backup goalie? He wasn't their first guy, that maybe you could take advantage of his inexperience?
Yeah, I mean, we were looking to take more shots, but we really couldn't get enough space, so shot that skimmed off post, that was a big opportunity, and just a big chance missed.
Off a corner kick, Coons taking it, Jeremy Tirado wound up with a bicycle kick that he put on net. But the Vikings' reign was over.
These guys are my family. I love them like they're my brothers. It's crazy. I'm gonna love these guys forever. We had a great run at it. Never gonna forget this season.
For Athena, which contends for championships annually, the 2-0 win produced its first ever Section 5 boys soccer title.
I know I feel very proud that it's us, it's our class, that it's our first one in Greece Athena history, and I feel very proud that we started off. And hopefully there's more to come.
A big thank you to our partners at the dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible, as do you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next week.